Hey, Dom, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing well, Eric. Doing well. Got the last warm day for a while. Enjoyed yesterday. A little bit of parking lot duty this morning before the weather turned. Actually dodged the rain, so it was a good day. The rain hit after I went in the building, so very good
Oh,
day.
yeah, I got a beard built for the cold, so I was enjoying those couple days today. Not so much. A little warm for me. We're in Pennsylvania. Let's kick the seasons through. Come on, let's make our mind up, Mother Nature.
Yeah, I'm a warm weather person. This is really rough on me when we switch to cold.
All right. Well, I know we got together. I interrupted you working in the studio a couple weeks ago. You were prepping, getting things together. We talked about the exciting things we have on the pod. Looks like it's going to be a jam-packed show. What are you thinking?
It's gonna be good. I think we should get started. Before we get started, though, I want a picture of that beard later because I'm not. I don't think I'm repping enough to have a goose chase answer with this.
Oh,
I need
we
that.
got. Hey, I'll work on sending it to you. But you know what? I think you're right. Time for
PAECT pod.
yes, sir. Welcome to the PACT pod. We've got our November edition. We're in season one. This is episode 5. A lot of great stuff in store. What do you think? My name is Eric Verno. I'm a South Central Regional Director for PAC, and with me, we've got Dom Salvucci.
Southwest Regional Director. This is going to be a great pod. I'm looking forward to this. I've been looking forward to it since we found out who the guests were going to be.
I know we dreamed it up. We thought, oh, maybe this will happen, and the connections were made, and people were willing to hang out with us. Man, it's awesome. So who do we have? We're gonna have what are we gonna be talking about today, Dom?
Well, we're not just going to be talking about Goose Chase, which is currently going on. You get the details at paect.org. But we have people from Goose Chase. They'll be joining us here shortly. They're in the green room that currently doesn't have M&Ms. We have to work on that.
Yeah, hopefully they're gonna be all right though. I mean, they may have been promised M&Ms and some Fuji waters. I don't know. Like we'll see. But hopefully we'll bring them on. They'll be kind to us. But yeah, Goose Chase EDU. Follow it on Twitter. I know Thankful for Technology is the PhD Goose Chase. I think we're up there, 70, 80 people that are attempting to take the crown. What else we got going on today, Don?
We're also going to talk a little bit about the upcoming PETE&C. We have some guests that are talk PETE&C going on. What's going on with the conference coming up here in February? So this is going to be a kicking show.
Oh, I love it. Pete and C, we're back, baby. That was my line. I love it. I'm so excited. But you know what? Let's go ahead and let's kick off some awesome conversation with one of PACT's favorite apps, favorite activities we love to do multiple times a year. Let's kick off some Goose Chase talk. But you know what? We may have some people that aren't too sure about Goose Chase. They're joining in. They're catching us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, whatever it may be. Let's do a little intro video to Goose Chase. What do you think?
Sounds good.
All right, here we go.
I'm Andrew Cross, founder and CEO of Goosechase, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the Goosechase platform, the need it solves, as well as who it's for. So the Goosechase platform is the ultimate and extremely fun tool for engaging student experiences, and these experiences are inspired by the scavenger hunt that we all know and love. And the question that we're always answering is, how do we help teachers get students up and out of their seats and interacting and experiencing the content in a more enjoyable way? And when we're able to do that, we're actually able to help improve retention, increase overall student performance, and honestly just make it a more fun situation for every student that's involved. Since we launched the Goosechase EDU platform in 2017, over 10,000 educators have signed on to the platform, running over 175,000 games. So how are these educators using our product? The most obvious way is teaching interactive lessons. When you're able to get students up and out of their seats, the content is more engaging and interactive, which increases overall performance. But beyond this normal classroom performance, we're able to use it for learning offsite as well, for field trips, outdoor education, even virtual classrooms. But moving beyond the classroom, it's actually just as valuable for things like professional development days. That's right, the same tool in the classroom can be used for the entire school staff. By creating incredible PD days, it helps staff members connect with colleagues, set personal goals, and also become familiar with the school environment. And you can actually take it one step further with extracurricular events. School-wide spirit days, getting students involved in fundraisers, a local cause, getting parents involved in interactive open houses. One platform can do all of this, and it's because of how flexible it is and how it all works. So our games can be customized with different types of missions. So we can have text missions like Q&A, you can have photo and video interactivity, you can have GPS. And what this does is it allows the same platform to be applied in so many different ways. If you want to create your entire game from scratch, you can do that. If you want to piggyback off some of our tried and true game templates that you're able to borrow, you can do that as well. So you can ask questions like name a chemical that dissolves chlorophyll. You can have your students dress up as their favorite book character from a unit that's currently being worked on. This allows you to unleash your creativity. Once you've created the game, you can invite your students or staff to play. And so everybody would join the application and away you go. One of the cooler components is the ability to then reuse your games for other classes or even share your templates with other educators. So what's next? Well, by the time you run the game, you're actually able to use our reports and analytics tools to actually get tangible insights into the learning or engagement that's happening with your students and staff. Games can easily be edited, reused, shared, everything that you want to do from there. So where do we go from here? Well, let's cut to the chase and let's be learning to life. Head to goosechase.com/edu and you can easy peasy start it up and away we go. Thank you.
Easy, cheesy startup. Teachers love that. All right, we're geeking out over this. You know, an app we love, PACT loves. Let's bring on. We have Alishan Kara, and
Hello.
we have Shara Khan. All right, welcome. How are we doing this evening?
Oh, fantastic.
Great. Super excited to be here.
Yeah.
Nope.
I'm honestly really happy that you guys invited us on. Thanks for having us.
True honor for us. Now, we were doing some banter about our weather. You're not in Pennsylvania. You hail from Canada. So whereabouts and what's the weather like up in your region, your area?
Oh, well, I actually live near the lake in Toronto, so it is starting to get pretty cold. But I love it. I'm really into nature, so nice little scenic walks. And we actually get, funny enough, the lake has a lot of geese there, so I'm always sending the company, like, oh guys, look, pictures on the lake.
I'm in Toronto as well, and I have to say I am not a snowbird whatsoever. And we've been a remote company 10 years, and I've always said, and Andrew's our CEO, who everybody just saw, has been traveling the entire 10 years. You know, he's gone to Nicaragua and Peru and Ecuador and all these hot places. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm leaving every year. I'm leaving, and I haven't left one year. I just stayed and endured. So it's not warm. It's not warm. It's upsetting.
One of these days you'll get a chance to. One of these days.
Hopefully.
I can empathize with the warmth. I'm a warm weather person anymore.
Oh, you're not anymore. You're all used to it. I haven't been in the state too long.
I've lived here all my life in Western PA, but I trend towards the warm weather in my old age.
I feel like PA would be very similar to Canada's weather, though.
Yeah, we get all 4 seasons and the different weather. I love it. Yeah. I don't know if I'd be able to exist where they don't have the 4 seasons. It's just ingrained in me. So, all right. So great weather talk. Awesome to learn more about what people think. So let's dive into some questions specifically. Let's get into more about you, more about Goosechase. Let's kick it off, Dom.
So, what positions do you guys hold with Goosechase, and how long have you been with Goosechase?
Yeah, so my name is Shara. I'm one of the account executives at Goosechase. I started exactly 1 year ago. I'm celebrating my 1-year anniversary, and I've been loving every moment. I specialize in K-12 customers, so I work with a lot of schools and districts setting up their license and helping them utilize it to the best abilities.
Congratulations on your anniversary.
Yeah. I was going to say, did I wish you happy anniversary? I was waiting for this podcast. Happy anniversary.
Great timing. That Nailed it. There it is.
So you guys mentioned it. My name is Ali Shankara. I'm the Chief Revenue Officer at Goosechase. I'm responsible for sales, marketing, customer experience, part of operations. I've actually been with the company almost since its inception. It was founded at the University of Waterloo by Andrew, who you guys just saw again. And after about 6 months, I guess Andrew realized that sales really wasn't his bag, and we were roommates, and asked me if I would be interested in joining. And the rest is romance. It's a romantic history. Last 10 years.
That's awesome. Super cool. But one thing I think, Don, we need to mark this down. So Shar is going to expect to be on the podcast every anniversary of her working life. So I think we got it locked in for next November. We'll just have to send her the date. We'll work on that. All right.
We can make that
Awesome.
work.
Yeah. My calendar's open. I'm good. All right. So, talking about, again, PACT, we love it. We utilize it in a lot of fashions in our regions throughout across the states. We try to pull it into different conferences we have. But from your side, we've noticed a change in our use of it, kind of giving people a break from life, doing different things. How have you seen your business / your app, your usage in the last 2 years with everything going on? How have you seen it change with different, just different sides of it?
I think it's a great question. I'll take that one to start, Shara, if that's okay. It's a great question because I think that as a remote company, we always saw the possibilities of what Goosechase could be, but I think we've always tried to listen to what our teachers and our districts and our schools were telling us and how they use the product. And it was primarily physical, in classroom, activating students, creating opportunities for them to engage with the subject matter in more physical ways, or in ways that challenge the creativity of their minds, whether that be in the classroom or on field trips, or for staff with PD days, etc. Over COVID, the explosion we saw was what we actually expected: virtual engagement as a way to create an opportunity for people to feel connected even though they were physically separated. That's probably one of my favorite things. One of my customers once told me that when they wake up in the morning, instead of opening Instagram, they open Goosechase because of the positive physical connection they can feel to their community. And I think that was the major change that we saw for schools, districts, classrooms, even parents trying to create opportunities, PTAs trying to create opportunities for their kids to not only stay engaged with other students and friends, but to provide a learning environment that actually created physical connection in a virtual way. So that was the biggest change that I personally think we saw. I don't know, Shara, if you would add anything to that.
I mean, when I was on a call with one of the teachers, one of them actually told me, I don't give my kids homework. I give them goose work. And it was really interesting to see how they kind of pivoted the whole in-classroom experience and turned it virtual to make it more engaging for them.
That's neat.
That's awesome. I'm going to steal that one. Write that one.
Yeah. I think that one thing that I'll just add to that is how education facilities, museums, areas that you typically would take kids on physical field trips, started to use Goosechase as a way to create opportunities for them to learn the curriculum that would take place in physical locations virtually. I thought that was a really neat extension that they came up with as a commitment to education. And I was really proud to see people kind of surround kids with that ability to say, like, hey, we really need to keep pushing and really need to make sure that kids stay engaged. And that was a pretty nice moment of people coming together.
That's good. That kind of dovetails with what I was going to ask you next was, some stories, how we're using this in education, and some positive ideas that you've heard. I know we've shared some ideas, and we've shared with our members, but coming from you guys, what have you heard from other educators and how they're using the app, and some other stories like the two you've told us?
I mean, Al, I'm happy to kind of jump in on this one.
Yeah,
I love hearing the stories on how schools utilize the platform, because it's insane how they've just taken the concept and just flipped the script on everybody. A lot of schools, especially not being able to do their fundraising initiatives and generate some extra revenue for schools, I've seen them really take the platform and change the dynamic a little by taking a twist on events that they would normally host in person. One great example that I'll never forget is we had a PTA committee who decided to host a virtual father-daughter dance. And it was the cutest thing ever. There were little missions like, hey, take a picture with that you and daddy shoes, post a video of you singing a duet. And they just created all this amazing content. And from there, it really expanded and they adapted the idea to hosting homecoming and prom, especially with this new world that we live in and there's all these little restrictions. And then what's even super cool is that not only are they running their events, but they're generating all this amazing content that their yearbook committee is now taking and using to create a yearbook out of it.
That's fantastic.
I would kind of just, I'd also like to hear Dom and Eric, how have you guys, I mean, you guys have been with us 5 years, right? Almost since the beginning of the conception of our EDU program. How have you guys seen the change in your use of Goosechase within your organization over the last 2 years?
I would say just the amount of usage has increased exponentially. And from a personal standpoint, I started using this in my classroom during the pandemic. You guys had rolled out the ability for us to grab hold of it. And I worked virtually with my students. And last year, I got a license for my classroom and worked it through with my students. And I'm going to let Eric talk, and then I have a question for you guys too, because I know from my past experience, I just wanted to let other people know about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would say um, one way that it's been really awesome. First of all, when you put this in the hand of adults, adult learners who we work with PACT, they get pretty competitive. So it's pretty awesome to see that. You see, like she was kind of quiet a little bit ago, and now she's after 800 points, and like she's kind of going for it. So it's awesome to see teachers get out of their comfort zones. But I think what's been an awesome use we've tried to do is, we've been separate, but trying to stay together through using Goosechase for some different activities. As the shutdown of our state, different things that went on 2 years ago, trying to pull the Goosechase in. So we're pulling things from our homes, because we're not in our classrooms. Trying to still be active doing this activity where we're still connected. So that's been neat to do that. I know beginning of the school year, talking with our guidance staff, trying to push them to use it for tours of our school, but the kids couldn't come in, so used it Goosechase style. So doing some different things like that, and even now with some of the limits we have in the rooms, some teachers, trying to use and they're even able to use the free version that's out there to be able to get their feet wet, to be introduced to it, to do some different activities. So it's been really neat because the kids now can't necessarily go running all around the school building, but through Goosechase, they can still experience some different parts and do some different activities as part of the classroom. So it's been kind of cool like that. I know prior to one of the coolest events that we did in our region is we have an agricultural museum in our area, and so my regional board, we went in and we kind of canvassed the museum and we kind of created the Goosechase. And then when we came together as a group, I think there's about 45, 50 of us, and we played the Goosechase. But then the cool thing when we left, we showed the people that were running it how to access and do different things. So you kind of like we created it and like left it that they would be able to kind of pick it up and pull from it. And then they called us a couple times to kind of go over a couple items and stuff. So that's the cool thing too. When we PACT gets into some different locations, we're able to show that and share that history through it. Because York, Pennsylvania, where I'm at, has a lot of great history. So we're able to create the items and then show others how to use it that may not be connected with education, but this could be an awesome tool. I think teachers are always good at trying to show people not in the classroom how to use some tools to their advantage. So that was pretty cool prior. So
That's neat.
currently, we have the Thankful for Technology. Our out of state members are running. So again, we're not. And think of out of state; they're not all able to drive to a location in PA. We've got New York, North Carolina, Virginia. They're all actively help to create the Goosechase, and they're helping to run it. So it's perfect for that scenario where we're able to pull 3,000 members across between PA and other states and other countries. That they're able to actually take part in the Goosechase. So it's been awesome in that facet. So, and I do remember a few years ago when ISTE was in Philadelphia, we were able to have some interesting, people running around with. We get to the Rocky Balboa statue, get to the hoagie place, get to the steak shop. So we had people canvassing the city. So it was awesome. ISD loved it, and we loved doing it. So it was awesome.
That's awesome. Thanks for sharing.
The one other question I had, I know whenever I used it with the classroom version, I could search other goose chases. So if you weren't really familiar with how to set it up, you can go search other goose chases and pull them in and adapt them for your use. Is that available for all members, or is that um, only for certain levels of users, or how does that work for people that aren't really familiar with goose chase and maybe a little bit intimidated to get
I
started?
mean, there are a few options available. So if there is a game running in your area that's allowing members to join, you can always join a game and check it out how they executed. One of the cool things specifically for our educators is that you do have access to a EDU library. And what's really cool about the EDU library is that it is designed by real teachers who gave us permission to share this with others. So, it's not just us randomly making games thinking, I think teachers will like this. No, there is actually made by real teachers. There is method to their games, and they range from a whole variety for like math activities, holiday events, even little games you can run during the summertime to promote health and wellness, or even a reading list. And even with the in-classroom activities, I know some teachers get a little nervous saying, oh, it's a mobile device, but not all our kids have access. We don't have iPads for all the kids, or we're a Chromebook school. Do you guys work on Chromebooks? The answer is yes, we are Chromebook compatible. So you do have that option to use it in your classroom as well.
That's great. Thank you for that information, because that's actually how I started with my classroom. Was I grabbed a couple of the EDU versions, adapted it, made a copy, adapted a few questions until I got used to making my own, got comfortable making my own. But that was a nice way to kind of start out with training wheels.
Yeah, and I'll chime in there to say that I think across the board, all of our customers have that, maybe not self-admitted fear that they're not creative enough to come up with their own missions. So they like to have that crutch to start from. But I will say 100%, 10 out of 10 times, everybody, once they start creating missions, just explodes. They just have idea after idea after idea. And it's really fun to see them get to that level of just having fun with it, because they know what the joy is on the other end for their students or their staff. So it's a really nice dual reward system.
Yeah, it's a really cool work perk. I've had teachers say that, oh, not only do I use this with my students, but I use it after hours too. My son is getting married and we're having a little wedding scavenger hunt. So it's cool to see that, they're not only thinking inside the classroom, but they're taking it outside too, just enjoying their little Goosechase perk on the school-wide licenses.
No, that's awesome. Yeah, there's so many ways, and the kids get excited. They like, oh, Mr. Verno, I have some ideas for some questions. Mr. Salvucci, and you're like, okay, let's create a quick Google form, submit questions to me. We can put it in there, and really that takes it to that higher level where if they're creating it and even a review game, different things like that. Like that's the awesome aspect. So I know Dom hit you with a question that wasn't pre-prepped, so I'm gonna throw it out there. And you have the 100% authority to just go mum on the thing. Would there be anything coming down the road that might be exciting for teachers, like down in the horizon, that's not too top secret confidential, that we won't get anybody in trouble? But any thoughts there? I know. Hit him with Devin.
I'm kind of wondering who's listening from our team. I full transparency, have gotten in trouble in the past because I get so excited about the possibilities of the technology, and so it's hard to say. I can tell you that we are working on a number of different things. I mean, one of our core principles since it started was to listen to what our customers are saying. We've never developed a feature without a customer actually asking for it first, which is seems to be a rare thing in technology these days. So whatever we are building, I can tell you it is something that teachers are going to be able to use and get excited about. As for what it is, kind of keep it secret until it releases. Yeah, I hold the suspense. Hope everybody's on the edge of their seats.
Can we have you come back here and make the announcement on PAECTPod?
Ooh, is Katie listening? Katie, can we do that? Can we commit to that? We'll have to. That's a great question on the spot.
That'd be awesome.
I'll have to get
When
back
you're
to you
ready
guys.
to do it, we'll roll live. It doesn't even
Yeah.
have to be on a regular time. We promise. Hey, well, so dovetailing with that, great. I do love how with social media, with some companies with the presence, yours obviously very strong. How could people reach out? What are the specific channels? Like, would we want to make sure we get a hold of Shara directly? What would be the avenues they can go? As far as I got an idea for this feature. I got an idea for this feature. What would you recommend?
Yeah, sure. I can take that one. I think one, you can always reach out via our website. We have a form there. Make sure to go to the Goosechase edu website, goosechase.com/edu. You can let us know on Twitter, Goosechase edu. You can, I think those probably would be the best because those all come directly to us anyways. We're a small but mighty flock of geese in our nest. So all of us do have access to those different feature requests. We all like to review them together. So I would say the website, Twitter. If you're on Pinterest, I found out yesterday that we're now on Pinterest, which I'm super excited about because I love Pinterest. That's a guilty pleasure of mine. So if you're on Pinterest and you want to throw something up there, a pin, that's cool too. Wherever you are, we want to be. So yeah, any way that you feel comfortable reaching out to us, please do.
Thank you for that
That's
information.
awesome. Then it's at Goosechase. I know there's two different Goosechase handles. One's just at Goosechase, and one's at Goosechase edu. Correct?
Yeah. And Goosechase EU is the K-12 educator specific focus, where actually we have a teacher on staff who is responsible for commenting and working directly with all of our K-12 educators. So working with somebody who understands what you guys go through every day, which I think is awesome because I have learned so much from Rebecca about how hard teachers work and some of the restrictions that you guys just find creative ways to get around to make sure your students get the best possible education and access. So yeah, reach out to Rebecca directly via our Twitter, and she's the best person to kind of distill that information and help us understand it as well.
All right, that is awesome. So while we're talking about it, we have our Goosechase on our PACT website. You can go to the PACT.org, go into events calendar, and you can go ahead and sign up now because you got to get the code and the secret password to be able to get in. And if you happen to be playing the Goosechase currently, there is a 1,000 point bomb that the PACT pod is about ready to unload. But we have somebody special who's been practicing the podcast voice, doing a great job, getting ready for this week. So go ahead without further ado. All right, she's getting ready. All right, okay, okay, clear, get ready to go. Pipe's good.
PAECT, we are the voice of EdTech in PA.
Woohoo! All right, there it
Excellent.
is, the 1,000 point bomb. That's it. All right, we won't say it again the rest of the show. They had to have been listening there. All right,
Shara
we-
will be doing voiceovers for us. Because
Yeah, I was going to say, if we release a PACT Goosechase movie or a trilogy, Shara might be our trailer voiceover, if we can agree to that.
definitely.
I am going to start designing my voice resume right now and start submitting that voice acting resume.
we need to talk to the board, Dom. I think we need to get a lawyer on retainer for a lot of things going on. Some contracts need to be written up right
Yes.
now. We've got possible first reveal of major new feature in Goosechase, possibly locking Shar in for a yearly
Trilogy.
contract.
Peter
and the
Jackson, I heard,
trilogy,
was
the voice,
directing it.
yeah.
Yeah, and
We
PAECT will get all the royalties, of course, right? You guys discovered me.
we're nonprofit. We'll share. It's all good. And then there's got to be some kind of bearded somebody. Could be a villain. I'll play something in the trilogy. Who knows? Who knows what it'll be? We'll figure that out. All right, Dom's working on it. We'll get you there. So that is awesome. Now, not only is there a 1,000 point bomb, right? It's exploded. It's out there. People are just feverishly typing. There's also something special that you all wanted to bring to our PACT members, to our active Goosechase participants. What would that be?
Yeah, so I am really excited to say that we are giving away one educator premium license to a PECT member who is participating in the Goosechase and listening live to you right now. The educator premium license is our top tier for individual teachers. It's valued at $199. It is a full year subscription that allows you to use it with up to 200 students in your classrooms. So really excited that we're able to provide this. We see a ton of teachers using this and getting a ton of value. And yeah, that's
That is awesome. So, I'm going to act like I'm real smart and read off the screen here real quick. So, the Educator Premium, $199 for the year, up to 40 teams in team mode, up to 200 players in individual mode, unlimited live games, and I could just stop there. There's the library we talked about with pre-built missions. I mean, Dom, did we check if we're eligible? Did we check? Like, I'm in the game now. Like, I got in.
I just got 20 seconds.
All right, we got to talk to Laura about that. We'll see.
and you guys are announcing at the end of the podcast, right?
Yeah, we will at the end of the podcast because again, they still have to be sticking around and dealing with Dom and I to win. So we'll put them through the ringer.
It's a pleasure. You guys are better than Bateman and Arnett and their podcast. You guys are killing it.
Man, all right, checks in the mail. All right,
we got to be back more often.
Currency translation. We got to work on the currency translation though. We got to figure that one out. I mean, truly awesome. Now, I know you did talk about Alisha. We talked ahead of time. We were doing some pre-show banter, and you alluded to it a little bit with how long the company's been around. I believe you said 10 years, and right around, I guess you described like the ambassador program. That's kind of when PAECT came on. Is that correct?
Yeah. So, I think one of the things that we, as an early stage company, there was only a couple of us struggled with, was teachers really started to catch on to Goosechase out of what felt like out of nowhere. We got discovered, and then teachers just snowballed, and they were really teaching us a lot about the possibilities of how Goosechase could be used in education. And around the 5-year mark, Phil joined us. Phil Everson, who our ambassador program is named after, and came from a family of teachers and just revolutionized the EDU program for us, worked directly with teachers, and PAECT was one of the first organizations to come on and really help us understand that. So I think ISTE in Philadelphia must have been 4 years ago or 5 years ago at this point. So it would have been one of the first conferences we were at running around. And I remember Phil with the I think it was a duck hat, but we played it off like it was a goose hat. Yeah. So it's a really nice story that we continue to have this relationship and continue to build for teachers, because what they do for kids is we want to really be a part of that. So it's kind of a neat story for us to be here together tonight.
It is. It's awesome. It's truly an honor for us. We're geeking out. And as you were saying, I was like, wait a minute, I have something. I have to fight it for my daughters all the time. But got that. I was very proud. Phil gave that to me, the triangular highlighter. Like every so often when I come downstairs here to my corner office in the basement, I realize it's gone. I got to go comb my daughter's bedrooms to find out who snagged it. So very coveted.
I will tell you, there is a secret that I can share with you. Is if you look on our new website, you won't see the feed anymore because we've moved to mascots. So we have Reese Witherspoon and Goose Willis and Ryan Gosling, Robert Downey Jr. So the feet are all that's going to be a collectible. I'm pretty sure.
Ooh, all right. Yeah. Okay.
So hold on to that.
All right. They will not be touching it. What we're going with. That's awesome. Oh, so cool. Well, thank you so much for your time. I truly, honestly, I've talked a lot, but I do want to say I'm speechless just having you on here. It doesn't really make sense in that sense of the word, but hey, it's just an honor to have you here. What do you think, Tom?
We appreciate it. I mean, we planned on talking about it. Then when we found out that you guys were actually going to come on and have you guys talk about it, that was hit out of the park on that one.
Hey, we're happy to do it. Thank you so much for having us. It's a pleasure. We really appreciate you guys' partnership and what you do to bring the platform to teachers and educate students. Thank you, really.
Yeah, well, again, we love the partnership. Want to keep it going. Anything, I'd love to partner up to do some other things other than releasing bombshell information in our trilogy. We got those listed. So, but yeah, no, I truly appreciate you all. So thank you so much for your time. Thank you for what you're doing, and most importantly, thank you for listening to educators and delivering what they can use in the classroom, because that's really, especially this day and age, we really need a lot of that. So it really helps.
And the kids kids enjoy it, and that's something that keeps them interested and keeps them connected, especially through what we've been through the last couple of years.
Yeah.
It's been nice to be able to keep the kids engaged. Thank you.
Thank you guys. I guess we'll sign off now. Thank you very much for having us
Yeah.
on.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. You have a
Have a
wonderful
good
rest of your evening. And yeah, hopefully we'll be in touch in the future. All right.
This was so
Take
much
care.
fun. Take care, guys.
Take
All
care.
right. See ya. My word. How awesome.
Oh, that was
Seriously.
great. I was not expecting that we were going to actually be able to talk to people from the company. I thought it would
Yeah.
just be, having some of us on and how we've used it and what's going on with this goose chase. But that was
Yeah.
fantastic.
It is. And you know what? I'm glad we didn't get anybody fired. It was
Yeah.
close. We were kind of pressing there, and I'm like, we'll back off. But so cool. I listen, how awesome the platform is now. I can only imagine the cool things they got cooking. Like,
I know.
I mean, we should have talked them to like, maybe you should like record live in like the secret room where all the platforms listed. I want to see the rollout. I want to see the whole yearly map. Like, we're gonna work on that for next time. We're gonna pay them extra. We'll send them some PACT swag. Like, we don't
Yeah.
have highlighters, but we could try sending something. What do you think?
We have stickers. We have magnets. We could send some
Yeah,
stuff.
we send them some magnets. That'll work. All right, they travel well.
Yeah.
No, so awesome. Truly, honestly, like it's so cool. Like I think a lot of us geek out in tech. We think, oh, working for an ed tech company, how awesome that is. Just that collaboration, the communication, like makes it huge.
Yeah.
Makes it huge. So, speaking of education, technology, and events and things that are going on, I think we got a little something else to. Oh! There's the cup. There it is. Oh man, mine's in my classroom. I don't have it right now.
I got to line it up with the camera because I'm using I stole my daughter's selfie light ring to get some better light down here in the basement. And I'm getting glare now.
The PACTPod, baby. We go high level. Like, oh, my daughter stole my highlight. I need that back for the show. All right. So we're going to be talking about PETE&C. It's back, baby. So we have two very important guests come onto the show tonight to talk to us about what we are going to expect, what we're going to receive here coming up in February. So we're going to bring Ben Smith and Ann Noonan to the stage. Hello. Welcome to the pod.
Hey guys.
Hello there.
Hello.
All right. I know.
Tonight? Oh, sorry, Eric.
Now go with Dom. You're good. How are you guys doing?
Yeah.
Ben, how you doing tonight, buddy?
I'm good. It's
So
great to be with you guys.
So
when you
your
were
current
talking
role at
about huge, I
PACT
was worried that you were going to say, we're bringing on someone huge, but no, the event is huge. I got it.
All right, yeah. Hey, you're a big deal, buddy. So in PACT, your position is?
Well, currently I am the vice president for PACT, but I also am the program chair for PETE&C. So I actually hold both positions within PACT.
All right, and during PETE&C, that rolls over to?
I'll be president then, yeah.
All right, you got to say it a couple times. Let it sink in. All right.
Yes.
And in PACT, what's your position?
Hi, good evening. It's great to be with you. I am currently the parliamentarian. I have served as president, vice president, past president. I think I'm past president at this point, but also honored to serve as the parliamentarian.
And it's awesome to have you. We were talking about that and trying to figure out when exactly the presidency was before you got on the call. So I'll just have to listen to the recording to get all the past to get it down so I know I have it right. And then for PETE&C, you're working as?
I work as the chairperson of the speaker committee, the keynote speakers.
And you've done that for a few years now, right?
I have done that it seems like for a long time, but really enjoy it. And I think it's something that we have kind of mastered and really enjoy really reaching out, getting in touch with people, getting speakers lined up, and looking forward to continuing. Looking forward to this year, especially with our folks that have been identified and will be speaking. So I'm sure we'll talk about that in a bit.
Oh yeah. Well, we'll jump to Ben with the program. What are your thoughts? What are you feeling? What's coming up? What do you got for us, Ben?
Well, I'm really excited because the first thing I'd say is we're back face to face. So this year's conference is going to primarily be face-to-face. We know some people are not going to be able to get out of their classrooms, and because of that, we're going to have a virtual component. We have about 40 to 50 sessions that'll be virtual, but the rest of them are going to be face-to-face. So that's really the biggest thing that I'm excited about.
That's going to be great to be back face to face. It's only been two years, but it seems like a lot longer since we've been able to get together with all this PETE&C.
Yeah, and last time we were face to face, we were actually in Pittsburgh. So it's been a few years since we've been in Hershey again, and so I'm looking forward to the peanut butter pie on Wednesday.
I was waiting to see how long somebody was going to take somebody to mention that.
For sure. That's the reason I do this, so I can make sure that I probably will get a second piece. That's what I'll be interested in.
We'll make sure to let Hershey know we talked about it, and that Ben's the one who said it, and he won. And
Yeah.
I don't know, did you see they just did a they was it a couple, I think it was 3,000, they made the actual peanut butter pie, but it was like the Reese's peanut butter, like the chocolate. It looked like a oversized peanut butter cup, and they mailed they sold out within 30 seconds, they said. They did like 3,000 of them. Yeah. Oh, crazy. Yeah. I maybe we can try to get one of those. I don't know. But yeah, no, so I know we were in Pittsburgh the last time it was in person, virtual the past year, and now this year back in Hershey. Is there anything as far as with programming, anything that you would say, oh, you want to make sure you check this out? Obviously, it's all we want to make sure we go to everything, but is there anything specific, anything different?
Well, I'll start actually on Tuesday, because I think Tuesday is going to be one of the highlight days. Something that's going to be brand new for us is we're going to run the esports experience at PETE&C. And so we've been working with Camus Kirsch. Camus is a outstanding person who works at Chester County IU, and she's real big in the esports scene across the southeastern part of Pennsylvania. And she's worked with some vendors and presenters, and she's bringing really a national flair to it. So it's going to take place at the hotel, and it's going to be in one of our larger rooms there. And the experience part is that you can go and play. So if you've never played, you can come play Rocket League. Any of you gamers? No?
No, I'm old
just
school.
Madden.
Sorry.
Madden.
I have the Coleco little, the little football game,
Yes.
the little dot that goes up and down. Yeah, that's so. But in any case, you'll be able to go and play games there, and then there'll be some spaces within that room where we have some vendors setting up some nice demonstrations. We're going to have some poster sessions within there. We're going to have 2 full rooms all day are going to be esports presentations. And then in addition, we have another room, because we have so much stuff coming in on esports. We're going to have some stuff over there as well. So if you really are looking to just go and talk to people and experience the esports experience, Tuesday is your day to go there. So to me, that's one of the highlights. But I'd be remiss if I didn't really start back at the beginning and say, Sunday, there are Sunday workshops, and they're included with your registration. And so they're going to be things from discovery and brain pop and even KTI. So there's a lot of stuff going on Sunday. So that's the day that you want to really arrive. And I know some teachers, they can't get out of their classrooms, and because of the sub shortage, or their district won't allow them. But you could still, especially if you're local, you could come on Sunday. You can get a single day pass for Sunday, and you could go and do the Sunday workshops and participate in that way.
Yeah, I always know Sunday's a happening day. That's awesome. Yeah.
I've attended a lot of those workshops over the years, and that's just it's a nice way to get your feet wet getting into Pete. And like you said, for the local people that can't stay, that's a great way to participate and get a feel for what's going on.
Well, and there are a few other. I'll highlight a few other things that we have going on. We have something called PETE&C. I think I'm saying it right, but it's a new type of presentation we're going to try out this year. It's called 20 by 20. So you get 20 images, and you get 20 seconds for each of them. So you may have seen some similar of those short types of presentations. So on Monday, you could actually, right after the keynote, there's going to be a little gap, and then you could go watch 6 presentations in one within that hour and get a lot of different ideas there. So we have some good sessions there. We're going to run poster sessions both Monday and Tuesday. we're running playgrounds also. The playground piece, it's going to actually be in a new space. So when you go down the stairs, there's going to be a playground room. We're running Google playgrounds and Coach playgrounds and STEM playgrounds. And then on Monday, we're also running the innovation station back at the lodge, or at the hotel, I should say. And I also forgot, Tuesday is the invention convention. We're going to have students on site doing things there. And so, like I just keep thinking, oh, wow, there's just so much going on. And then we're going to try something new on Wednesday. We're going to try some roundtable discussions. So we're going to give you a discussion topic, and then you could come to that room and there'll be round tables. That's why we call it a roundtable discussion. And then you can just go and, you can sit around and have that sort of unconference experience within it. And we'll see how that goes. I'm excited to see if people like that, because if they do, for sure, we're going to make sure that we add that to the next year.
That's great.
awesome.
You have a mix of the old PETE&C or traditional PETE&C, and then a lot of new innovations as we come back after the virtual.
Yeah, we think that we're going to, hopefully, there's going to be a lot of folks that come to Hershey, and they're going to want to get together. So we tried to also create those unique experiences where you can go and talk to people. I think that's what people are craving after all of this time. I mean, really, the last time at PETE&C was really, for me, it was the last big public event. It was February of 2020. We came back, we had like 2 weeks. It was late in February, and we had like 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and then we shut down. So we're trying to create like the poster experience and the playground experience and the roundtable experience, trying to give you those types of opportunities so that you can just sit and chat with people. Because we know some of that takes place at the fireplace, right? I've seen you guys there.
We're a mainstay.
Definitely.
Yeah. We have to do the pod from there, so now we might have to be there. So yeah.
And then with the traditional Sunday nights, we have the vendor hospitality. Then we have the big welcome to PETE&C hospitality event in the evenings. So that goes with your, signing up for Pete. Those are always
Well, and we have the piano guys back, right? So I know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that, to me, that actually is another one of my favorites. So if it's not the peanut butter pie, that's first. But the second, like you have that experience. It's a great time. You work all day and you're really intense and doing those things, and then you can see the Flying Ivories, right? I think that's the group, and and you can go hoarse by singing along and having some fun. So there's all kinds of opportunities that are going to be there at the conference for people.
That's all. It's a great opportunity not only to hang out with people that we've missed seeing for a while. Ken's pretty excited about the pie, and he's excited about the Sunday workshops. I love it, and so love to save him.
I don't want to call Ken out, but we may have we had a meeting there, and I saw him maybe sneaking an extra piece of pie out the door. I don't know. Yeah, Ken loves that pie as well as I do.
We can either confirm nor deny your allegations on the pod, but
I'll just say that he gave me a great idea. Yeah, he gave me a great idea.
And but what I love, every year I look forward to Pete. Even before being a part of PAECT, just being with like-minded people, being able to geek out, have conversations. Here's your reply. He's not hiding it. And just that ability to get together, geek out a little bit. And I love that. I felt like there was always something. Like you have stuff like, okay, I need to shore up some technology. So here's what's been going on. Here are some good methods for you to use. You want to lock it down. Here's some things that we're kind of experimenting with. And here's kind of that future looking thing. So like when you talk about esports, like that is huge. That's definitely forward thinking in that fashion. So I love just the abundance of items, the abundance of sessions that are offered. It really covers all those platforms. I'm nervous about technology. I do some things I want to shore it up. Boom, we got stuff for you. Okay, I'm dipping my toes. I'm getting a little bit more ambitious. Boom. I just want to go, just go crazy. I really want to crank it out. Like, we got stuff for you. Like, here's some stuff that you're going to be doing that your kids are going to love, So I love that we really hit all of those individuals in the state.
Well, one of the things we do, and I say we because there's a group. We had more reviewers, by the way, this year than we've ever had. We had about 80 people reviewing sessions. So, it's pretty competitive trying to get your sessions accepted, but almost every review, we had over 1,200 individual reviews of sessions. But Autumn Zminski, who is the co-program chair, like what we try and do is we try and look for like what we call ribbons. So like if you're I don't know, you're an elementary math teacher or science teacher, could you find that pathway through the conference? And we try and look for those things. So if you're a coach or if you're an IT guy, we have a technical track. So we have a lot of things on STEM and Google and Apple and all those types of pieces. But we try and look for that ribbon that'll get you all the way through the conference. And I think that's been a real big emphasis for us to make sure that, if you're this teacher, can you find sessions for yourself?
That's awesome. I'm enjoying the banter. We got hot chocolate versus pie going. Not only do we have the sessions talked about, bring on the pie better than pumpkin. There's some strong feelings out there.
Yes.
And and again, I think PACT getting more involved as we've been doing the different things. Exactly what you're saying. I think you and Autumn have been knocking it out of the park, doing a great job. The whole team there. So the program, we go there for that. That's good stuff. But we need to be inspired and we need to be excited. And then that's where Ann comes in. She really does an awesome job of vetting, working her sources that she's had for the past presidency. And I don't think I got the number right, but hey, I'm close. So we got some awesome speakers coming up. Can you tell us more about them?
Absolutely. Thanks, Eric. I'd love to. On Monday, February 7th, we're joined by Jimmy Cassis, and his presentation is entitled Culturize, Every Student, Every Day, Whatever It Takes. Really excited to have him join us at PETE. He's going to encourage us to eradicate average. He has 4 core principles that he'll share. Be a champion for all kids, expect excellence, carry the banner, and be a merchant of hope. So he will talk about maximizing student learning and remind us that every child deserves to be a part of something great. So I'm looking forward to hearing Jimmy on Monday. On Tuesday, we're joined by Greg Baer. Greg is the executive director of the Grable Foundation and the co-chair of the Remake Learning Council. He's also an author. His latest book is When You Wonder, You're Learning. Greg and his co-author Ryan have spent time exploring the world of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. They've looked specifically at the science behind it, and they found that Mr. Rogers used what he called tools for learning, skills and mindsets that are now considered essential. Curiosity, creativity. He's going to talk about his book, just happen to have a copy of it here. And he's also, the title of his presentation is called The Frede Method. So looking forward to that. But as we say, but wait, there's more. Not only is he going to be talking about that, he's going to be joined by some superintendents. We're going to do a panel presentation as well, so that we can hear more about Remake Learning and the Remake Learning Council Network. So Greg will facilitate a conversation where we will hear from 3 school districts, Southwestern Pennsylvania, Dr. Laura Jacob, who is the superintendent of California Area School District, Dr. Todd Karuskin, who's the superintendent of Elizabeth Forward School District, and Dr. Sue Marinari, the superintendent of Duquesne School District, will share with us their path and their journey with Remake Learning. So really excited to hear about the Frede Method and also Remake Learning. And then not only will we hear about it in the keynote, we'll have a chance to hear more about it after the main presentation. We'll also be doing book sales on site. Both Jimmy's book and Greg Baer's book will be available as well. And on Wednesday, we are going to be joined by Dr. Adolph Brown. The title of his presentation is Closing the Empathy Gap. And really, when we started to think about what we wanted to do, I want to give a shout out to Ben. He's on the keynote speaker committee, and we have a committee of folks that have kind of reviewed names and identified our speakers. And in looking at the pandemic and the impact of that, we were looking for a keynote speaker that could really send us off with a relevant message, considering the environment that we're in. And we think that we found one. Dr. Brown will be joining us to share a presentation that he's calling Closing the Empathy Gap. He termed that phrase, and he talks about the space that exists between individuals where there's not a bridge of understanding and compassion. So looking forward to learning more from him and to be inspired actually by all three of our keynote speakers this year.
Are they going to be the same schedule that they have in the past? Monday, Tuesday mornings, Wednesday, and last session?
Yes, that's correct. That's correct. Dr. Brown will be the luncheon, the closing keynote speaker, and the other two will be in the morning to kick off our day.
I always enjoyed that. I think it was Emily who said, the hot chocolate in the morning, grab your hot chocolate, go to the keynote. Then from there, jump and see, plan out your day and run to where you're going to next.
And that Wednesday time slot, I really feel like that's like the hidden gem. I've over the years, some of the speakers that you pull in there, just the power that they have, just the things that they shared, and then that setting, you're breaking bread with friends, sitting with different people or sitting with people you don't know, hearing that story, that the empathy gap, and they really do a great job, and it. And I think they feel that change in that kind of atmosphere, the way they kind of bring their presentation, and just, it's if you've never been to the Wednesday closing, you really need to. It's just a different experience. And I think it really sets Wednesday apart. And I know that's kind of we all have in our minds, I gotta, travel, I have to do this or do that. But like, just to take that time to sit down, enjoy that last meal, hear what's being shared by the keynote, like it's really powerful. So I really love the way that the committee really, I mean, you really think about placing the different people, kind of kicking them up, firing up, it's getting them thinking, and then really just kind of like just sending them home with that feeling, you kind of get them pluck at the heartstrings. So cool. It really is.
It kind of brings.
Well, and I think.
Go ahead, Ben.
Well, I think Ann did a fantastic job of bringing the keynotes together and extending them. The remake learning, they're going to have presentations throughout the day. But if you just came for the keynotes, you'd probably get your money's worth, because if you listen carefully, you're going to eradicate average, you're going to remake learning, and you're going to close the empathy gap. So in like 8 words, that's it. And that's what your conference is going to be about. It's going to give you that opportunity to come there and think about those very pieces that I just mentioned. And I think that, if you're looking for that ribbon, that theme, there you go.
That's awesome. That's good stuff. That's why we invite smart people on here, Dom. They bring out stuff like that. That is good. Yeah.
Well,
that's great.
I would be remiss also if, there's so many people that work behind the scenes, for PAECT, we have Scott Snyder, who is the president this year of PAECT. So you're going to see him up there, introducing people and talking, about the conference, doing those types of things. And we have people like Mike Fricko and Brandy Bobick, who run the volunteers, Linda Leco, who helps with she runs the evaluations. So we have all these people, and then there's more. There are more people that I'm probably leaving out. But for those that are watching, if you want to get involved in the conference, PAECT offers those opportunities for you to get involved and to make a difference in how the conference works. So I encourage you to, you can reach out to any of the officers and find out how you can get more involved.
Right, and don't forget about the volunteers too.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. The volunteers that are there at the sessions help if there's any technical issues, guide people to where they need to go. If someone gets lost, there's a ton of people behind the scenes that make this thing run, and they're all appreciated greatly.
Yeah,
and most people might not realize, but there's actually 4 organizations. We actually, when you think about collaboration, we want to give kudos out to PDE, to PASBO, the School Business Officers Association, and to PAINS, which are your intermediate unit folks, in addition to PAECT, just trying to get those four groups to agree on something, I don't know. That's probably a challenge. But the fact that they work really well together to put on such a great conference, I think we want to thank our partners for allowing us to put on such a great event.
Yeah, it really is. They always do a great job working together, and again, it's great to see those familiar faces and things. And when you do get to Hershey, near the registration booth, you'll see the PACT booth, the PAMES booth right next door. Pasbo's presence throughout. I'm not sure if they have a specific booth because they're kind of traveling, doing a lot of different things. Um, and just to throw out there, we have giveaways. I think PAMES has giveaways every year, so stop by the booths,
Yeah.
talk to us. We definitely love to share about what goes on, give you advice if you're looking for different places, where to get going. And truly awesome. I'm looking at the conference registration page. We're still in, I believe, the early bird phase for registration. So PETE&C.org. I was putting it up here earlier. So $299 if you get in before the 31st of December, I do believe.
Right.
Yep, and that's the all access pass. So that gets you everything. Gets you into the events. It gets you into the keynotes. It gets you the virtual sessions. Gets you the recordings after the fact. So like you're gonna get everything for that price. So
How long will the recordings be up? Speaking of that,
they're typically up for about 6 months after the conference.
And just like anything else, it's tailor made. There's one day Sunday only, one day Monday only, a Tuesday only option, Wednesday only. There's 2-day options that are there. I know everybody's looking for different things, and as far as works with their schedules, works with their schools. PACT,
Well-
if you remember, we have a dinner. Oh, go ahead, Ben.
Well, I was gonna say, there's also a special. If you have 3 friends, get them to register, and then they can take you for free. That's
it.
what I recommend.
Buy 3.
Um,
Oh.
That's right. So like,
So
I have
Dom,
Dom,
Ben, and
1, 2,
you
3.
got
I'm
Ben
free.
got it.
Free. There you go.
Oh, okay. That
Something
guy, I
else
like it.
that we don't want to forget are the vendors. There's a great vendor
Yes.
floor that's there, an opportunity really to learn about the latest and greatest and see what's new in ed tech. How can we use technology to support teaching and learning? So I always find time on the vendor floor to be time well spent.
and a lot
I
of the
agree.
booths-
You're going to be able to get tchotchkes galore, I think, because the vendors are like, "Wait, you guys are back in face to face? We're going to have to like unpack the boxes from my garage, and we're going to give it all away here at the first event." So yeah, but it is a great chance to interact with the vendors and find out what's going on.
And some of them have things set up that you could actually get hands on and play around with, or at least see see what they have and see it work in person, which is nice instead of just looking at a catalog or looking at a video. You actually get to handle it and see what they have, ask more questions, get a little deeper information.
And another cool thing, the PACT, our KTI program, will have a purple day that'll get put out through the social media channels. Where if you have your purple KTI shirts that we'll wear in full force, and if you are a teacher, you're at PETE&C, say the first time, second time you see the purple shirts, and you're like, oh wait, okay, they kind of know each other. Come on over and say hi. We'll talk to you about KTI. It's not we're just wearing it to kind of promote the KTI program. It's actually live right now. You could be nominated. Reach out. I believe it's. I'm trying to think of what KTI. I'll have to get the email address to put up later. I'll look it up while we're going into our next segment. But that's going live now. Principals, superintendents can nominate teachers to go in. It's a great program. There's also hidden gems with regional directors that check in social media. We might have some trinkets in our pockets to be able to share if a member comes up, says a certain phrase. And then, of course, the giveaways at the booth. There's going to be multiple ways that you can enter just by checking your registration. Are you a premium member, PACT? You can get some raffle tickets. And if you know so much, Ron, Ben, our state treasurer, does a great job with that, advertising that. And we try to make sure that there's some items there that you can win that we're using in the classroom. Because what's awesome about PACT is our state board, our regional directors, our regional boards, we're all educators. We're in the schools, we're in the IUs, we're in training capacities. Like we're living it day to day. So we're coming to you and trying to do things for you, just like our program chairs, just like our keynote committees. Like they're educators from the PACT side. That this is something that, as an educator, I need to hear this year. and that's what they're doing. They're trying to make sure we pull in the talent, the speakers to kind of share that message. So that's so awesome.
And I think now more than ever, at my first PETE&C, I was a technology coach and was new to PETE&C and went out and got to actually see people that I interacted with on Twitter face to face and meet people for the first time that I, sent emails to, saw them on a listserv, interact with them, was were friends on social media, got to meet them face to face, and it was really re-energizing. You go there, meet people, strengthen the bonds you have through other connections. But now, with everything we've been going through, getting back face to face, kind of recharging your batteries, getting doesn't matter what sessions you go to, it just kind of re-energizes you, renews you for going back to the classroom with these new ideas and you know just being fired up to be back in the classroom and trying these things with your kids. That's a win in itself. It's well worth the price of admission.
And I think we'll be thinking about, look, we know this is a difficult time still within the pandemic, and so we're going to do our best to put on a safe conference. I was just talking today with somebody who said, what a lot of the conferences are doing, you put a little sticker on your badge that says, red means, green means I'm open for hugs. That'll be Verno, I'm sure. Yellow means that I'm open to fist bumps. That'll be Dom, and then I'll have the red one. Just leave me alone. So, but
It
yeah,
can only be yellow or green. Maybe yellow.
So I think we're going to see those types of things. You're going to see people in masks, I'm sure, at the conference. But it's going to be a great opportunity to connect with people again.
Most
Absolutely.
definitely. Yeah. All right. Well, we really truly appreciate your time. Don't want to take too much more of it. Any final thoughts? We'll start with Ann.
Hope to see you in Hershey in February. And Dom and Eric, thanks for the opportunity to be able to talk about PETE&C and what's upcoming. Much appreciated.
Oh, you guys are welcome, and thank you for being on. We appreciate it.
All right. Close it out with Ben.
I just want to thank all the people that are presenting. You can see the passion that they have, and when I think about like what makes the conference great, it's the people that are willing to come and share their knowledge, and so I feel honored to be able to sort of give them that opportunity to the stage. And so I know that if you come to the conference, you're going to hear a lot of great information. You're going to go back rejuvenated, recharged, and that is what we need. We're coming up on that 2-year mark by the time the conference comes around, and I think it's going to hit that mark. You're going to think about eradicating average, remake your learning, and closing that empathy gap. Have some peanut butter pie, and you're going to be ready to go for the rest of the year.
Awesome. And now wait, and have some hot chocolate. We got some
Hot chocolate by the fireplace.
By the fireplace. We'll see you there. All right. Well, thank you all so much, and we'll send you back to the green room. I apologize. There's no peanut butter pie or hot chocolate or even M&Ms. We're working on that. We're on a tight budget.
February.
They didn't offer to get us a trilogy with Peter Jackson either, so
Yeah, we're working on it. But we'll make sure we'll take care of your pie and your hot chocolate when they're serving it for free. We'll make sure we get you guys a piece on us.
It's
All
a
right.
deal.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Take care. See you guys.
Thanks, guys.
Oh man,
This was a great show.
Awesome stuff.
It's up there. It's up there. They've all been good, but this was, we had some really good big time guests. They've all been big time guests, actually.
Oh yeah, big hitters, man, big hitters. PAECT rocking out. So I just put a post out there. We have several people that are listening live. If you are in the PAECT organization, if you are actively in the Goosechase, comment right now. Get it in the into the bank so we have the names listed for the $199 Goosechase Educator Premium. So before Dom and I go into our tech notes, let me take some time here to show you. All right.
While we're there you go. Yes.
I was going to say, so the Educator Premium package, $199 for the 1 year. And you're going to get, again, up to 40 teams in team mode, up to 200 players in individual mode. You have unlimited live games, up to 40 teams. Let's repeat it there. And then up to 5 mobile devices per team. access to the gaming library and pre-built missions. That's what Dom was talking about. Something
Yes.
that really helped him start it off. The player without log on without personal email, real time activity feed, support from the customer experience team, which is awesome. And we heard from some of the top dogs at Goose Chase. They are awesome people. So I can only imagine their customer support team. I'm sure they are phenomenal. So we've got Kim Dunlap. We've got Emily. All right. We got Kenneth.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Oh, and a little plug for Dueling Pianos here. Yeah, they were great last time. Yep. That's one of the few times you get the beard out there on the dance floor, especially when they're playing Shut Up and Dance with Me. So we are going to hold off, but just wait. That educator premium package is coming shortly. So we're at our tech notes time, Dom. Unbelievable, unbelievable. What do you have for us today?
I'm a little thrown off. I just dropped down a spot in the Goose Chase, so
Ah,
I have to regroup here
I
for
think
a
the only
second.
thing I got 1,000 points. That's all I got so far. I heard the phrase that pays. That's all I got so far.
I haven't typed
Oh,
that in
that's
yet,
all
so I'm going
right.
to jump ahead of some people here in a second. Um, I'm going to stick with my review game theme this week.
Yeah,
Let me
yeah.
grab my screen share here and pull up. I'm going to talk about Review Game Zone. You pull this up. Oh, hold on a second.
No problem. Oh, there we go. They agree. They were fantastic. Oh, Emily
I'm going
loved the
to
dueling
share my
pianos as well.
screen.
All right, here we go.
And if I could pull this up, can you see it? Because I am.
Yes, sir. We're good. You're live.
Okay. So Review Game Zone, reviewgamezone.com. It gives you access to games. If I'll click on the game here, I use it just for my kids. It's almost like Zondel, which went away a while ago. You
Okay.
create questions, and it takes you to this screen. You put the game code in and the link to Review Game Zones. Kids type in the code. They could search either by game names, ID number, which is this number here, or by teacher name. And they have various games that you can play: Snowball Fight, Heroic Ants, Taxi, Free Kick Soccer. These also work on interactive whiteboard boards. My kids will come up to the front of the class and ask to play as a group and play. I stink at Free Kick Soccer, but that's okay. It's still a fun game to play. Um, so you have to answer questions that you type into this to the game. The students get the game right or get the question right, they move on to the game section. If they get the question wrong, they don't get to play the game. And you're given time. You track my progress. Each teacher has their own. This is free.
Hmm.
Student types their first name, their last name, and the teacher ID number. Every teacher is given an ID. The students would type in, and you can see who's playing games and see what their scores are. Or you can just play the game. So I'm going to show you a quick instruction here. Shoot the ball into the goal. Click the set the angle. Uh, and I can't speak right now. I jumped through it anyway. Elevation. Thank you. Germany and Italy tested their weapons during this conflict before World War II. Spanish Civil War. I get it right. I get to play a soccer game. Set the angle. Set the elevation. Curve it. This time I scored. When I play the big board, I don't score.
Hmm.
But it's a neat game. They're like little retro games the kids get to play. Speech by FDR that stated aggressor nations would be isolated. So if I pick the wrong one, it tells you what the right answer is, but I don't get to play the game. So it's a nice little review. It gets the kids in my class to come up and play on the big board. They can play on their devices. And they like, it's more than just answering questions. They answer questions, we get to play games. And they'll play this in study hall. I put the codes up. As long as the kids have the codes, they can play forever. There's no, like with some sites, you have a time limit that these games are active. And you walk past study halls and kids will be sitting in there practicing or just playing to play the games. It's not a unit we've covered, but in a while. But they're like, "Yeah, I wanted to play, some video games, and we're allowed to play this in school." So, they'll use that site, and it's free. There are fee levels. I haven't used them. You know, I've stayed with the free, but it's a nice resource to have, in the kids, it's just something else for them to use for review.
That's awesome. All right. Well, I'm pulling up my review game tidbit as well. So let me get that website again from you, Dom. It was review.
Reviewgamezone.com.
All right. So we're going to do this. Reviewgamezone.com. All right. So that's awesome. That's pretty cool. I like those games. They look very interactive. And you said features for free. Work really well with the kids. They have paid
Yes.
tiers, but you could do a good bit with free. Teachers love free.
Yeah, and that's
So good.
uh, you know you can track your students. I think as you pay, it allows you to put them in classes. Then you can search and copy questions for your games. I just type my own in. Um, it's not hard to do. It's real simple. I'm not the best
That's awesome.
typist, but for what we're using it for, it works well, and it's you know, price is right.
There you go. All right. So um, mine is a review game site as well. And I don't know if you follow me on social media at @E_Verno. And I always jokingly say, the age of a person if they have an underscore in their Twitter handle. And I just recently I do a lot of blog reading, and I just saw this. I was like, oh my word, push it out there. GimKit. So GimKit's been around for a while, but now they currently have a pretty cool feature. So what you have to pay in order to get access to the different games. They do have a classic mode, a team mode at the free level. But what they're doing right now is you go and this is just some kits that are here. You can choose the school library. So I've logged in with my school Google account. When I click on school library, anybody at the Dallas Area Intermediate School where I work, anybody who's added anything are all listed. So you can kind of, it's a cool feature where you can, all share one teacher creates and you can all see it and have access to it. So kind of divide and conquer as far as create some activities for review in the classroom. So let's say I just go into the multiplying division equation. So just hit play live. So normally at this screen, you would only have classic teams, but I don't know if it's every week, every few days, they're going to move one of their popular picks to the feature. And so Trust No One is inspired by Among Us. So that feature will be allowed to be played by a teacher. Normally, if you're trying to do a popular pick, 5 kids max. So you could do it with small groups, but if you're trying to do a large class activity, you couldn't do that unless you paid per month. But now they're going to be pulling up some different things. So that's pretty cool. So I did that just the other day when I saw that it was there. My kids love playing that. Gets a lot of arguments of who is, we did the Among Us game for PAECT. Every so often, we got to be the suspect. So we were sus and did we get thrown off the ship? And it's a little less, and it's anticlimactic compared to the real game, but it's still really cool in the classroom. They got humans versus zombies. The floor is lava. Draw that. Just some different things. Infinity mode. When I had the paid account for the 1 month, the kids love that mode. So the popular picks will bump up here at different times. So it's good to check it out. Again, free has it set, I believe, 5 players, but you can pull a whole class in if it's up in that featured area. So it's a cool feature that GimKit took it upon themselves to kind of push out. So I would strongly encourage you to check it out. If you don't have anybody in general, you could just do search kits. If you're the only person in your school using it, and just type in, say, decimal addition. All right, teach math. So it pulls up different things, and then you can click and you can kind of check out the questions and see if they fit what you're teaching in the classroom currently. Oh, we're not in double digit decimals. We're only doing it at the tenths place, whatever the case may be. So you can kind of preview it before you play, and then play live and kind of set it up. So definitely, a very cool thing that you can do. And again, especially because currently the really cool features are one of the teacher's favorite words is free. So we really do appreciate that. So review, Game Zone, and GimKit.
I have to check.
That's awesome. All
I
right.
haven't used GimKit in a while. I have to get back and look into that again.
Yeah, no, it definitely, that we use a couple different ones, but it's got some of those games that some of those other ones don't have necessarily. So, but obviously, if you're not using Goosechase, let's just be clear with that, Dom. Right?
Yes.
make sure you use Goosechase in the classroom. Right, number one. All right. I guess it's time. I guess we got to end the show.
Yeah, it's been a good show. Excellent show.
I don't know. Is there anything else that we need to do?
Well, we should give a shout out to our sponsors, our corporate council members, various levels, and wait, there was something else before we get to that. What were we supposed to do?
See, there's our corporate council members there. So we'd like to thank ClassLink, Trox, Lincoln, EduSpire, and currently the state board does have our gold sponsors. We have Sam Labs and Padcast are doing a great job. Yeah, the problem is, like, in the classroom, I forget things all the time, Don. But my students are there, and I tell them they're there to help me remember things. And I don't know, something related to an animal. Maybe related to an animal. I can't remember.
I think, man, I'm at that age. I get forgetful.
Could it be review game related? Maybe. I guess that's kind of a theme, right?
Could be.
We didn't get free tickets to PETE&C, did we? I don't think.
No. I don't
or they gave us 2 to give away. We just happened to win those, right? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. I wish.
How about
something with there was a giveaway involved.
I'm
trying to think.
I think it might say, I don't know, this button. What do you think? This button might have something to do. What do you think? Goosechase?
Yes, that's enough. Flock of Seagulls tickets, but Goosechase.
You're close, I guess. Close, huh?
Yes.
All right, got some names down here, Dom. So I'm gonna let you pick a number between 1 and 20.
I'll do the drum roll.
All right.
15.
All right, so hopefully she's still on at the 15th pick in the 2021 November draft. Oh wait, that's different kind of thing. Our Goosechase education premium winner, hiding under the Twitter handle of Kenneth, but really it's our very own Susan Wasalik, who was a KTI lead learner. Susan, are you still watching? Give us a post of yay. Wait. Make sure she's got to be present. She had to put up with us for 1 hour and 22 minutes. Is she still here?
You must be present to win.
Well, Emily's excited for her, but we don't know if she's here yet. Sue, are you still here? Oh, under the hidden name. Yes. All right, so you are here. So we will work on connecting you with Goosechase. Reach out to Laura to get you connected to get that awesome prize. So we had a lot of awesome people that were watching live, messaging, putting their information in there. And any one of them would have been great to have it. Yes. But very happy Susan got it.
Congratulations.
So awesome. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, the phrase that pays was said a little earlier. It's a little different than this phrase, but the PAECTPod represents PAECT because we are
the voice of EdTech in Pennsylvania
and beyond. I would like to thank our sponsors. Oh, so grateful and happy Thanksgiving. Yes, happy Thanksgiving to you and everybody else as well. Truly looking forward to some rest and relaxation. And right now, we'd like to take some time to thank our sponsors. All right, awesome stuff. Now, as we're thinking about it, a lot of opportunities going on. Please make sure to check out the bit.ly/ all capital PACT lowercase events for PD opportunities.
Yes.
Upcoming in December, Don, we got to talk about it. We've got a statewide and beyond Tech the Halls coming up.
Yes.
And we'll have to look at, so we're going to put out on social media because our third Thursday of the month does fall on December 23rd, but we do have to look at a different time possibly. So we'll let you know through social media when the PACT pod is going to be live. But you could also check through the PACT.org calendar
Yes.
and check it out.
Check that out. I know the Southwest, we just had an event Tuesday night at fantastic CCA TechWorks. Hands on. We got to play with robots. They had the robot dogs. I put information out on our Instagram page, which, by the way, that is one of the Goosechase missions, is checking out the social media for various regions of PAECT. Check out your region's social media and, see what's going on. It's the best way to see what's going on besides going to PAECT.org or the bit.ly to see what's going on in your region or what's going on statewide virtually.
Yeah, and make sure to follow us on anchor.fm. We will put out the audio podcast within the next couple days. And please join there so you can get the audio version. I have a beard for audio at different times. So, but we definitely look forward to that because as we gain more listeners, then that'll be some different ways that we can pull in some different funds to be able to do some awesome things for all the educators across PA and in our out of state region. And we truly just want to build the brand and do what we can to help infuse technology into anything and everything that makes our students' lives better. So truly appreciate that.
The dues premium members pay, the corporate sponsors that support us, Amazon Smile. That money goes to PACT so we can, provide different events for you guys, different support you guys in different ways. And student showcase that, when we run that costs money even when we do it virtually.
Mhm.
All those funds go to PACT. We're a nonprofit and we put that money back into the membership. So we appreciate all that support. Any way you can, it's greatly appreciated.
Most definitely. So, all right. So excellent as you roll into the Thanksgiving season, sharing gratitude stories, being around family. Enjoy that pumpkin pie, the apple pie, the turkey. But remember, peanut butter pie is just around the corner
Yes.
with a
Coming
nice
up
cup
soon.
of hot chocolate. All right.
Have
Well,
a
as
great
we say,
Thanksgiving
yes, you too. And thank you all so much for being here. And we appreciate being the voice of EdTech in PA.
and beyond.